All right, welcome to Revenue Revealed, where I'll show you exactly how much money I earned on Inside Timer in the last month and how you can do the same. Now, it's a new year. You may notice a new location. I'm currently working away in the Cotswolds, so apologize for the lighting that's not ideal, the audio that's not ideal, any different background. But it's going to be the same great content. Just trust me on that. So, this is our last month in the new year. Although it's January, we now have December's payslip. So I said last week we're going to start to keep track of what the years do and how much we get through each year. So I started totaling up the entire year, although there I didn't do it. So yes, I did. That was close. So 2023, I did 7,433. The year before was 569. And is that it? Yeah, that is it. So not a great deal. But last year, you remember that I took it pretty seriously. We banked some pretty big numbers going into the start of the year. So this is the last month before we find out exactly how much it's going to be. So currently we're sitting at, just by the way, 30,000 and $543. That's pretty amazing. I'm going to make that all a lot bigger for you. Apologies for that. I should have done that before. I didn't. Again, apologies. I'm working away. I'm trying to work and, make sure you guys get all the good stuff. So let's get those numbers a bit bigger. I don't know what I normally have. Yeah, that looks a bit big. Let's go 19. And let's go. I don't never know how to say that one, but look, it looks great. Okay, actually, it doesn't look that good, but hey, we'll change this some other time. I don't want to waste your time. These are just the totals of everything 2024. So we'll get into that. The important thing is we've gone from 7,000 to 30,000 in a single year. That's incredible. I've been working hard for sure, but I've just put a little more time and effort into everything. I'm going to clean all this up for you. Let me do that for you quickly now. Hold tight. Okay, we're back. I've tidied up the screen. I've done a great job. By the way, I got a little bit carried away, but you can see better colors there. I actually got the dollar signs in. It's only taken me 3 years, but there we have it. All right, my Inside Timer crew, let's get into this. So we start as always with our free content. Now, you know that I like to say I don't like to make new free content. Just don't think it serves me. I've put a lot out there previously, and I kind of was thinking maybe now's the time I stop. However, because of a slight change that I'll get to at the end of this video, I'll explain why I've done it. Other thing I need to do is make me nice and small, put me over there, out the way. Maybe that's better. Okay, so let's go through it. I made $18 after getting almost 2,000 plays. Fairly standard. Like, that's really interesting. I've just never made any more content for the free stuff, and yet it's pretty much been churning on, which is pretty cool. Return bonus rate, which I get. I don't need to do that because I've formatted that already. It's 344. Okay, so what we see here, once again, the ratios of every 106 plays on free, you get $1. But after you get a return rate of something, if as long as you're good enough that people are coming back, I would say I'm pretty average with that, maybe above average slightly, then it's 89.48. So every 89 plays, you get $1. Not a big amount of squeeze for the juice. You know the deal with that. I'll start showing you some of my return rates on my dashboard in a second. But let's just get through this December amount because it's a very exciting amount, as you'll see. Then we come across to course plays. Now this is super interesting. 5,325, a massive month when it comes to course plays. 809.07. Okay. So the ratio here, you can see a little bit higher than normal, probably because there's a little bit more competition, I would imagine, in December. I like to make a lot of stuff for December because I know it's time people are at home. Maybe they need a little bit more love in their life. So I've made some courses around being at home. So that's probably why there's been that increase. But I have also generally been adding a course pretty much every month. I've been pretty big on that as it was one of my goals. Now the return rate this month was much better than the months before at $503.70, which you can see actually with the return rate, it brings the average more recently down to 4, meaning that for every 4 plays, I'm getting $1 when it comes to my courses. That's pretty cool because I'm getting a lot of plays on my courses. Donation wise, I haven't really focused on donations, but people are obviously quite giving when it comes to December. So $39, and I thank every one of them for giving it to me. Um, I was going live a little bit in December, not too much, but some. Um, and then when it comes to the premium plays, 300, and for that I got 487.37. Okay, and there you go. So there you can see that ratio is not as good uh, as the other months, and it's kind of in line with what was happening with the course plays. So those always seem to track pretty well. And then I had $318.31, and that again brings the return rate, or the return rate brings the overall ratio down, this adjusted ratio. So with the return rate and the amount that I make from just the plays, I get for one, that's so confusing. I get $1 for every four plays. So that brings the total to 1314, but that is not quite correct. So I've missed something. Just bear with me. Yep, just a mathematical problem with this. So it's all good. That's correct. That's 2,175. That's a big month. That is a big month. Uh, and I'm pretty happy with that. Now you can see that for the year, that brings the year to 32,000. I'm super happy with that. That's actually almost in line, well, pretty much is in line with the UK average earnings uh, for people that have full-time employment. That's adjusting for the calculation. Now, what's been great about this month is the US dollar has been so strong, which is why earning in multiple different currencies is so powerful because you can diversify and earn money in different ways. So that's been amazing. Really big month for me. Really happy with that, and that brings my overall earnings to 40,000. But 32,000 came from last year. I put in the hard effort last year and it has paid off. I didn't have much full-time stunt work, and any spare time I had, I pretty much just plugged into this work. And I didn't give myself enough credit a lot of the time, but now that I'm looking at these numbers, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. 32,000 just from making something I enjoy doing. Now let's go across to I always like to show you the actual pay slip so you know I'm not joshing. That main amount has not been updated yet, but you can see here all the amounts. And subtotal 2179, slightly out, but that's all good. It's sometimes because I don't put these little amounts in properly. Um, Now let's see what I actually got up to in those months. So I've been putting out a lot more content, and I've taken the time to actually check what content is working. That's been a big change. So there's a great thing here where you can go across, you can click on plays, and it will show you by order of what's most popular. So I keep an eye on this and I pretty much look at my top 10. A little bit like Spotify. I look at the top 10 and it's like my year wrapped up. Now you can see I've got a pretty good return rate on stuff. That means the quality is good enough that people come back, but it could also mean that someone listens to something and then the next day doesn't for whatever reason. So it's a pretty crude metric, but certainly it's one you want to concentrate on. As you can see, my top 10 is mainly stoicism, sleep, and breath work. So I just doubled down on those things. Now, when it came to courses, what I did was I had already from last year courses that were built for this time of year, and that's been really, really handy. Give me a second, I just need to plug this in. Now, that's been really handy because it means that I don't have to do all the work from scratch. It's like each one of these courses, each one of my tracks is like a little army soldier of mine going out and getting me money and making lives better. So you can see here, I think total I've got something like 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22 courses out, and I forget 100 and something tracks. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to streamline the whole process. So how do I make sure that the tracks uh, perform well? Not all tracks do equally as well. So I want to focus on what works. Use the Pareto principle. Now, this is all the type of stuff I teach in my school community, which let me show you. Here we go. Here's my school community. We've got 146 people just like you, meditation teachers, looking to get better at this. Lots of different action going on here. Lots of different clues coming up. I'm not going to show you too much because I want to protect people's privacy. But you can see it's a great community. It's a nice place for people to hang out, to learn more about how to do this. And I have some really good courses for you to do. And I also have a bundle where you can get hold of me and talk to me directly if that's something you want, or you can just come to the community and learn with me. I'd love to see you inside there. Hope you had a great year. I'm hoping this year is going to be even better. Just know if you put in the time, if you put in the reps, if you make the content that resonates with people, makes a difference in their life, you can make some decent money on Inside Timer. Now, with that being said, the new change is that they are allowing retreats. Now, this, just by the way, is why I am making free content again, because I want to get to the maximum audience possible to get on to my retreat. So that may be a consideration, something we can talk about in the group. I hope to see you inside. And that's an awful outro. If you don't come inside, I'll just see you next month on this. But I do hope to see you either there or anywhere. Right. Peace out. Thanks very much.